Iznik's history entered a completely new era with the arrival of the Turks. From the 11th century onward, the region experienced one of the greatest cultural and political transformations in Anatolian history. Iznik became the heart of this transformation. A. 1075. The Seljuk Conquest, a new beginning. After the Battle of Manzikert, 1071, the gates of Anatolia were fully open to the Turks. The Seljuk general Suleiman Shah marched westward and captured Iznik in 1075. This conquest was not merely military, it marked the birth of Turkish statehood in Anatolia. Why was Iznik chosen as the capital? Because Iznik offered strategic location close to Constantinople but protected by natural and man-made defences, control of trade routes linking Izmit, Bursa and central Anatolia, strong Roman fortifications ideal for a new capital. Thus, Iznik became the first capital of the Anatolian Seljuk State. Life in Seljuk Iznik. In Iznik, the first Turkish administrative system in Anatolia was formed. Early Turkish Islamic architectural styles emerged. Markets, official buildings and urban structures were established. Iznik became the birthplace of Turkish government in Anatolia. B. 1097. The First Crusade and the Siege of Iznik. The First Crusade brought a massive army of nearly 100,000 soldiers to the gates of Iznik. For 6 weeks the city resisted fierce attacks. Although the Seljuks fought bravely, Byzantium secretly negotiated with the Crusaders, and the city was handed back to Byzantine control. This event reshaped Byzantine-Seljuk relations for decades. C. 11th to 13th centuries. A frontier city in turmoil. During these centuries, Iznik faced constant Turkmen raids, was heavily fortified by Byzantium, served as a shifting frontier zone, experienced population decline due to war. The city became a symbol of the ever-changing political map of the region. D. 1331. The Ottoman Conquest, a new golden age. In the late 13th century, the Ottoman Beylik began expanding rapidly. For the Ottomans, Iznik was crucial. It stood between Bursa and the Byzantine capital. It offered prestige as a former Byzantine centre. It held symbolic value for religious and cultural dominance. Orhan Ghazi's long siege. Orhan Ghazi began besieging Iznik around 1329. Cut off from supplies, the city fell into famine and internal unrest. After nearly 2 years, Iznik surrendered in 1331. This was one of the most defining conquests of early Ottoman history. E. Ottoman, Iznik. The birth of education, art and ceramics. The first Ottoman madrasa. Immediately after the conquest, the first Ottoman madrasa was founded in Iznik. It trained scholars, administrators and judges who shaped the Ottoman Empire. Hagia Sophia converted into a mosque. The ancient basilica, where the First Council of Nicaea had met, became the central mosque of the city. The rise of Iznik ceramics. Iznik became the artistic heart of the Ottoman Empire. Its world-famous tiles, turquoise, cobalt blue, emerald and coral red, were used in Topkapi Palace Süleymaniye Mosque, Rustam Pasha Mosque, Selimiye Mosque. These ceramics became symbols of Ottoman identity, the Ottoman Golden Era in Iznik. During this era, Iznik thrived through schools and academies, libraries, artisan workshops, tile production centres, religious and cultural institutions. It became a hub of science, art and craftsmanship. F. The meaning of Iznik in Turkish history. Iznik holds an exceptional place in Turkish heritage. First capital, first madrasa, first major conquest, first centre of ceramics. First urban model of Turkish Islamic culture. Iznik is, in many ways, the foundation stone of Turkish civilization in Anatolia. Iznik is one of the most important archaeological and architectural landscapes in all of Anatolia. Few cities in the world carry, within a single geographical area, the uninterrupted traces of Hellenistic, Roman, Byzantine, Seljuk, and Ottoman civilizations. Because of this rare continuity, Iznik can be seen as a living museum, a city where every corner speaks a different language of history. In this chapter, we explore Iznik's monumental structures in depth, its fortifications, religious architecture, ancient theatres, cemeteries, tile workshops, and its unique archaeological treasures that continue to reshape our understanding of the ancient world. A. The Roman walls of Nicaea, a masterpiece of ancient engineering. One of the most striking features of Iznik is its massive Roman fortification system. Built initially in the 3rd century CE and later expanded, these walls represent one of the best preserved defensive systems in Turkey. 1. Structure and dimensions. Over 4.8 kilometers in circumference, more than 100 towers reinforcing the perimeter, constructed using limestone blocks, marble fragments, spolia, and brick layers. Defensive height originally reaching 10 to 13 meters. The engineering style reflects Roman military architecture. Walls built with alternating layers of stone and brick, reinforced by towers spaced at regular intervals to provide overlapping fields of fire. 2. The 4 imperial gates. The walls contain 4 monumental gates aligned with the cardinal directions, forming a perfect geometric rectangle, a rare example of a Roman urban planning that remains intact. Istanbul Gate, north, richly decorated with reliefs, Yenişehir Gate, south, Lefka Gate, east, the best preserved Lake Gate, west, opening toward Lake Iznik. These gates were ceremonial as much as defensive. They symbolized Nicaea's status as a prestigious Roman provincial centre. B. The Hagia Sophia of Nicaea, the spiritual heart of the councils. The Hagia Sophia, Hagia Sophia, of Iznik, today known as the Orhan Mosque, is the spiritual and symbolic core of the city. Originally built in the 4th century and reconstructed multiple times, it served as the meeting place for the First Council of Nicaea, 325 CE, the Second Council of Nicaea, 787 CE. Few religious buildings on earth have hosted events of similar magnitude. 1. Architecture. The basilica has a central nave and 2 side aisles, marble columns with Corinthian capitals, a semicircular apse. Later Ottoman additions, including a mihrab and minaret too. Layers of history in a single structure. The building reflects early Christian basilica design, Middle Byzantine decorative styles, Ottoman engineering and restoration. It is one of the rare architectural monuments that carries the imprint of both Christian ecumenical councils and early Ottoman religious culture. C. The Roman Theatre, a 2nd century colossus. Iznik's Roman theatre is one of the largest ever built in Anatolia. Constructed during the reign of Emperor Trajan or Hadrian, 2nd century CE, it reflects the grandeur of Imperial Roman entertainment architecture. 1. Scale and structure. Estimated capacity, 30,000 to 50,000 spectators, built on flat ground using advanced Roman engineering cavea, seating, divided into 3 horizontal zones, orchestra and stage building elaborately decorated too. A theatre turned fortress. In late antiquity, the theatre was partially dismantled, and its stones were reused to reinforce the city walls, an example of how architecture evolves with political needs. 3. Modern excavations. Recent archaeological work has uncovered underground passages, VIP seating areas, evidence of early Christian martyrs executed inside the theatre. D. Byzantine monasteries, churches and cemeteries. Iznik was a major Byzantine religious centre, especially during the iconoclasm debates. 1. Koimisis Church, the Dormition. One of the most important early Byzantine churches known for opulent mosaics, marble decorations, large basilica plan. It was destroyed in the 1922 conflict, but archaeological remains preserve its layout. 2. Necropolis and tombs. Iznik contains several ancient cemeteries, Roman sarcophagi with mythological reliefs, Byzantine graves marked with crosses, Ottoman Muslim tombstones with poetic inscriptions. These tombs reflect the multicultural identity of Iznik over 2,000 years. E. Ottoman architecture, madriyas, mosques, and the birth of Iznik tiles. When the Ottomans conquered Iznik in 1331, They transformed the city into an educational and artistic centre. 1. The first Ottoman madrasa, Süleyman Pasha Madrasa. This institution marks the origin of Ottoman scholarly training. Features: courtyard-centred plan student cells, hüke, surrounding the courtyard arcaded porches, a classroom, döşeğin, with a domed roof. This structure influenced the design of centuries of Ottoman religious and educational architecture. 2. The Green Mosque, Yeşil Cami. Built between 1378 to 1392, the Green Mosque is a jewel of early Ottoman architecture. Key elements: a unique single minaret plan, marble entrance portal with Seljuk-style carvings, interior decorated with turquoise and emerald tiles, use of Bursa-style early Ottoman domes. It represents a transitional style bridging Seljuk and classical Ottoman design. F. Iznik tiles, the artistic soul of the empire. Perhaps the most famous cultural product of Iznik is its ceramics and tiles, which reached global fame during the 16th century. 1. What made Iznik tiles unique? Use of quartz-based fritware producing a bright, hard surface, distinct colours, Iznik blue, turquoise emerald green, coral red, Armenian bowl, motifs, tulips, carnations, Chinese cloud patterns, arabesques, Quranic calligraphy too. Imperial demand. These tiles decorated: Topkapı Palace, Rustem Pasha, Mosque, Süleymaniye, Mosque, Selimiye, Mosque. Many imperial tombs. Iznik thus became the artistic heart of Ottoman identity. Iznik is the city where history breathes.